Hello and welcome on Thomas Geiger Car. Today with the new Subaru XV, a car that is a bit against all actual fashion trends because all the other manufacturers are building SUVs, crossovers, fancy cars that are hip on the market at the moment. Subaru, with more than 25 years of 4x4 experience and a lot of credit offside the road, is just sticking to compact cars, raising the ground clearance a bit, give the car a rugged style, and competes with cars like Volkswagen T-Roc, Peugeot 2008, Citroën C3 Aircross or Kia Stonic and Hyundai Kona. If this car could stand this competition and what you might expect from a car with so much 4x4 experience, that's what we're gonna find out here on Thomas Geiger Car. The powertrain of the XV is unique and special because Subaru is the only brand besides Porsche that is using boxer engines. Very flat, mounted low in the car for a low center of gravity and with a very special, somehow raw but wonderful sound. In this vehicle it's a 1.6 liter engine with 114 horsepower or a 2 liter 4-cylinder with 156 horsepower, both mated with a CVT transmission that is working pretty well and standard with all-wheel drive. And it's not just an add-on all-wheel, it's a proper all-wheel drive with a perfect torque split, with a programming for bad terrain. You can really go hardcore off-roading with a car like that, and you probably will get further with the Subaru XV than with any of these so-called fancy SUVs, which are not more than high-raced crossover vehicles. The setup of the XV is very compromising. It's neither too sporty nor too comfortable, just an everyday cruiser for easy getting along. And it gives you a lot of confidence. In combination with the all-wheel drive, you really have the feeling you can go everywhere and nothing will surprise you. Neither on the highway nor on the country road, and even on rural streets without any pavement, you feel pretty confident and you will get along. Subaru has done quite a bit in the last years to catch up with latest technologies. So the XV is with the state-of-the-art equipment, starting with LED headlights and ending with a lot of driver assistance systems like lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring. Problem is, Subaru is so proud that they have these systems that they really tuned them very, very nervously. So lane departure warning is active just if you only move a little bit to the left or to the right, you will immediately hear that beep. It is totally annoying and you, instead of using it, just switching it off. A bit too much for my taste. It doesn't take a lot to make a compact car look like a crossover or an SUV. You just add some plastic cladding on the bumper, on the fender, you raise the car a few centimeters and it's got a bold look and it could easily compete with all the proper SUVs. The interior of the XV is not of the most fancy kind. If you compare it to cars like the T-Roc from Volkswagen or the recently launched French SUVs like the C3 Aircross from Citroën, it's somehow boring. But at least we have all we need. We got a big colorful display between the two analog dials behind the steering wheel. We got a big colorful display here for the trip computer. And we got a beautiful integrated infotainment system with a big touchscreen, with some apps, with telephone connectivity, with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and with an easygoing nav system. So all the basic needs are taken care of. If you look for a fancy car, Subaru is probably not the right one. You're sitting pretty good in the Subaru XV. Due to the raised ground clearance, you can easily enter and exit the vehicle. And due to the long wheelbase of 2.67 meters of the new global platform architecture, interior space is pretty fine. Even the trunk is okay with a little less than 400 liters with the rear seat upright and almost 1500 liters with the rear seat folded down. So enough to go shopping without any compromises. Thank you for joining me on that first test drive with the new Subaru XV, a car that is somehow in between the segments. It's neither a proper compact car due to its raised ground clearance and the rugged look, nor it's a proper SUV, because for that it is not fancy enough. But if you don't look for fashion, but for confidence on bad weather days like today, the XV might be the proper car, because while some of the so-called SUVs don't even have all-wheel drive, this car will get you everywhere all the time. Thank you, tschüsschen, and bye-bye.